All right, what's going on? Hi, Alec. What's up?
uh, Not much. I had to run back out to my car. I had to grab some
It's
supplies,
really
and
interesting.
yeah, it's
Um,
great.
you might. It's hard to tell, but I'm wearing the same outfit I was wearing in the last
Yeah,
episode. That's because we
yeah.
did
It's
this
if it
back to back.
seems very fitting that we did these back to back, considering the subject
It was
and
almost
what's going on
It
in
was
these
almost
episodes.
coincidental, but at the same time, I was like, oh, I know this is a part one, part two situation. That maybe
Hey,
I
okay, so you was
fit it
it
right
was
in there.
your master plan
I am
then
a
that
puppet
did this.
master, much like Johnny Fairplay. Never been on the wrong side of a vote, except
Never
for
been on
that
the wrong side of
time.
history.
Except for that
Never been
time.
on never been on the wrong side of history, other than okay. So last episode,
Last
lots of
episode, the game changed
the
forever.
the twist that I didn't really care that much for, and the twist that you seemed like you were a little like, yeah, it's a little weird on. But it's a very important for the future of the game. The outcasts, everyone who was voted out, basically get to jockey now for position in the tribes.
And they're not even
So
in yet. We have to. They have to
no, we have to.
somehow jockey in a tribal council.
Yeah, and it's just weird. It's just so yeah, they have to like they're gonna have to vote who on their tribe gets put in, which I don't know how it's gonna work, but
I don't know. I really
yeah,
don't know. But we're gonna get right into it. We did just watch the other episode. It will be a week's time for you, but minutes for us. All right. So
yeah.
if you want to click the link in the description, you can see the highlights of our reaction. All right, and come back here for the discussion.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's part two of What the. And we've got
Well, okay.
Andrew
What
Savage
the part
voted
two?
out. Hmm.
Yeah, because we had a third twist in this episode, or I don't
What
know,
the?
second twist.
And we didn't expect merge so soon.
No,
So they put them
not
in tribes just for the little bit of
just for one night to give them.
chill. They can chill
Well,
out, talk a bit, but then so that's why none of them expected it probably because like, well,
yeah,
they just put us in these tribes, so they're probably gonna have another challenge. But no, I didn't say anything about not having a merge, Chef Ropes.
or
And
yeah.
they,
I never said a merge. Yeah, I didn't. I
I
never
didn't
said
say
no
not
merge.
merge.
Yeah,
Did it sound like I said not merge?
yeah.
Okay. So
It's too.
Burton and Lil.
Burton and Lil were the ones that they brought in from
They were
the other two
voted
tribes. They
they were voted in.
voted in one of the oddest things they've done on Survivor.
Yeah, so did they just was it straight up honest like they voted who they wanted the most? Cuz you would think that people would be more shifty about it, like vote for the person you think wouldn't get votes
Yeah,
so they have a better chance.
yeah, or something. Yeah, it's we. I don't know. It was very.
But it seems like they actually wanted Burton in there and I guess Lil too.
Yeah,
So, well, that's what we had. We had Burton and Lil, and then the first thing we got was Burton and Rupert having a conversation. Rupert reproached Burton, and this is a pretty solid conversation, pretty good initiative by Rupert, I think.
yeah. It was kind of like clearing the air. It was like, look, just want to let you know this is why I did this, and like honestly, this is like you made me feel like crap, and I didn't like it. So obviously, you're the one I voted for. So and they sort of like came to a truce. They sort of like, yeah, Burton apologized, and they came to like sort of an understanding, and it was great. That's the kind of like disagreement resolution that I really like to see, just in general with
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't a fake resolution
Yeah,
because it's not like Burton went in confessional and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not buying any of what he's selling."
yeah,
He was in the confessional. He was like, "Oh, I respect Rupert." So it
yeah,
was just a productive conversation.
yeah.
Good move by Rupert, reaching out. And then we had the Keel Hall challenge where
Hmm.
tribe mates were dragged under the underside of a ship, and whoever lasted the longest wins.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit of an endurance. How much pain? No, there was they do little loops around on a rope.
Some loops, yeah. Inspired, the Key Hall inspired challenge.
Mm-hmm. But I liked it. I like it was in heats, and then he had the.
It is, yeah. It is a fun. It was a fun challenge. I like how it sort of progressed in that way. Yeah.
So what do you think? Burton won this immunity. He didn't need to.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, don't you think that it's kind of like an unnecessary? Okay, Burton's going to be a threat at challenges now. We know this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, should they have just had them sit out and then just had the other members do the immunity challenge at that point?
No, I don't think so. I'm just saying from Burton's perspective of him winning it. Why put that, like, draw attention to yourself when when you're already safe?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he just wants to show, hey, I'm back, bros and bitches, and I'm gonna, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's him making a statement about like how much of a threat he can be in the game.
But you don't want to do that.
I don't know.
You can.
Yeah, you don't. You don't want to do that. But I don't know. I don't know what the reason.
You can use it as a friendship builder, though. He gave it to Rupert, so maybe that's a good gesture.
So furthering that sort of bond that they're kind of making together, maybe. So maybe.
Yeah, so that's maybe something to track moving forward. That relationship.
Yeah, but they share some duplicitous conversations with, we got to vote Rupert out, and it's like with Burton in the mix of the conversation. So whether or not he's actually down with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not he's actually down for that, but
I don't know.
I just felt like Andrew got so screwed.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Merged. So they merged. It was nice. They had a nice feast. I was happy for that, at least.
Yeah.
They got their feast.
Got their bellies full, and then boom, immediately to all right.
It came down to Little John or Little Lil became a key figure there.
Yeah.
Because she was not shy about the fact that she wasn't a fan of her tribe right now. So John capitalized on that. She
wasn't a fan of that, and then, the problem that also the issue with it was like, Andrew didn't seem to have any. He was so angry and upset that they were back. It seemed like he didn't come up with a good answer for why Lil should stick with them. You know?
Yeah, he didn't have. He didn't do a good enough job of mending that fence at all.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you saw in the episode where he was just like, "Man, this sucks." Like having you back in here. It was like he was literally saying that like to her face.
And then she's like, "Yeah, you never told me. You said you were going to. You never told me."
Yeah, if he had come up with some sort of good, like a legitimate reason for that, and answered it to her, then maybe there could have been something there, you know.
Which is like everything about the other tribe was more enticing for Little, because it's like, oh, they're a good tribe. Like it's depressing over this tribe. They're having a fun time over there, and they're welcoming me in, and these guys voted me out.
But here's the thing, though. Like, does she feel like that she's actually going to have life over on that tribe? Like, does she feel like she can go far there? Like that to me seems somewhat short-sighted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily disagree with the decision.
Yeah.
At least for right now, but it seems to me that like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would have done that then. She had immunity, so she had nothing to lose, I guess. But I don't know if I would have played my hand that, hey, I'm going to turn on the tribe that I'm on immediately.
So there's like, she's on the bottom of her tribe for sure.
Yeah.
So at the very least, she's going to the bottom of the other tribe. But the other alternative is what? She forces a tie. And then you have to go into a whole tiebreaker scenario, which really throws everything into random chance. So that's like the only thing she could have done. Like, otherwise, this was a sure thing. Goes with them. Andrew's getting voted out. And she's at the top of, or the bottom of the hit list of the other tribe at the very least. So I think this is, at least pushes her up a few
See,
placements.
but it doesn't necessarily put her at the bottom of the hit list, though. Then that's the thing. Like
Why not?
they may have gone with her, but like what? Like yeah, they might keep her around, but like, what does that really benefit her?
Well, that's what I'm saying. At least it gives her time in the game, and she. I think we shouldn't underestimate the fact that she has that connection with Burton also. So I think that'll be
Yeah,
beneficial.
the outcast position. Yeah, it's
So
true.
not
It's
only is
true.
that like a bond with him, but he'd be able to like vouch for her more probably if he has
Mm.
any sort of pull moving forward. And so I think it was a fair decision when it's like you're on the bottom of your tribe regardless. So you could like cross your fingers and hope that by random chance one of them gets sent home in the tie, one of the other tribe. But then at the best you're getting is the bottom of that tribe.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when you're at the
that's all
bottom, it's like you can
true.
start playing a little fast and loose with it. I feel like,
Yeah, that's kind of true, but
and the Burton relationship is probably her number one thing because that's the one person she can. She
yeah,
hasn't voted for her, and she can trust a little bit on the other tribe. So I think it was overall a good decision. But Andrew feels bad
yeah,
that he
big time.
like his mistake all stems from how he treated someone before they were voted out when it was unprecedented to think that they would ever come
Yeah,
back.
that would ever come back to do anything. Like, yeah, that's why it's kind of like that's why I kind of was just like, I don't really like that. Like, I don't know it because you can't go into the game assuming that that's going to happen when you don't when you. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a twist. It's interesting, but it's like you just yeah, I don't know. It's hard when your game is completely about like deception and playing odds and relationships and then for that to be like completely twisted around on you. That's basically what happened. Like the twist was almost solely screwing him out of it,
Hmm.
more or less.
Well, it's kind of like the fake merger with Thailand. She
Yeah,
she bought into it, thinking it was going
yeah,
to be a merge, when it was unprecedented to think that it wouldn't be.
yeah.
And then,
Well, that at the very least, yeah, that I mean that did screw her out of that. That at the very least, though, like technically speaking, Jeff was like, "Whoa, I didn't actually ever say it. It was a merge."
hmm
So yeah, I mean that was a little something. But this was just like, oh, and by the way, people who were voted out are now getting back in the game or have a chance to get back in the game. So
yeah.
yeah, get cucked. It was
So
like-
it feels dirty for Andrew.
yeah.
At the same time, there's definitely he's not free of fault because
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying
because
that
I think
like
we see like clearly Rupert shows the kind of thing you should do, like when how he confronted
yeah. Well,
Burton.
and that's what I mean. He was like too upset and too like angry about it that like he just didn't come up with an actual. Glad to have you back, Lil.
He just doesn't have didn't have the same kind of pivot that Rupert
Yeah.
did. You got to pivot in that situation.
And
And
to be honest, maybe some of that is honestly from the just how
I
depressed
was I was saying the
their
same thing. Yeah.
conditions have been this whole time. It's like that when you're in the pits like that, you get bitter about things like that when they don't go your way. Particularly when you've been working so hard in like challenges and stuff like that. Like I get where he's coming from for
Yeah,
sure.
like the mood around the camp is completely different in both tribes, so it's
Yeah,
definitely going to be easier for Rupert to be like, I don't know, let's have a conversation about it. It's all good over here.
yeah,
Where he's just depressed, and then
yeah.
someone
Everyone's
comes
just angry.
back that was voted out already.
And there's a guy that literally quit the previous night, and then yeah,
Doesn't
it's
want anything to do with it, man. He wouldn't have even talked to Ryan if he was there. After
yeah.
that
It would
guy.
have been just like yeah, friggin' produce Ryan doesn't belong on
You'd
this
never.
beach.
I don't want you in our camp. You go sleep on in the water for all I care.
In the frickin' yeah, you go sleep with the fishes, bro.
But man, that's interesting because we've been following Andrews just like leading this struggling tribe all this time, and so like you said, to finally even the numbers out, only to just boom, you're out of here anyway. The numbers like were even, but then
Yeah, it was
still
like
went in the other tribe's favor.
he's the leader. Like honestly, like that's the thing that that I was even saying during the episode is like one of the things I've liked is like his development as a leader, like
Yeah,
this whole time, and like I can understand. It's interesting seeing the different sort of leadership styles of where he responds to this challenge with almost like a shields up. You know, it's kind of like a defensive, a lot more defensive about the actual tribe that's still there. Whereas the other tribe is a little bit more. And again, I think conditions do definitely have a factor in this.
yeah.
And and yeah, it was just really interesting because I really liked it because it went to me from being like to like no, we're gonna lead this tribe. We might not be very good at much, but we'll at the very least like we'll stick together. We'll be a tribe, you know. It's like
It's almost fitting the way he went out as like the captain of this losing tribe. That he finally
yeah,
gets to merge even numbers, gets his feast, and he gets voted out immediately anyway. But
poetically tragic in a way. Yeah,
but I mean, there's also something to be said about the fact that I think what's the Drakes are the good tribe, right?
Drakes are the fun, happy, fun time
Yeah,
tribe. Yeah,
they they've had to do a lot more maneuvering than the other tribe. Like the other tribe has been a lot more like clear cut. This
yeah,
is how it's gonna happen, and
yeah,
then this person's depressed, and then this person's weak for the tribe. This person's quitting. In the other tribe, there's a lot more like stuff they've had to maneuver. So
yeah.
maybe
It's
they're
true.
more willing to adapt to this kind of thing than he is, who hasn't. They haven't had to
Really,
play the game as hard
yeah. He hasn't.
in that way.
Yeah, they've had to endure the survival aspect, while the other tribe has more been playing the strategy aspect and
Yeah.
manipulation sort of stuff. So, um, yeah,
So it's a shame we didn't get to see him do more, like be involved more in that aspect. But
yeah,
from what they showed, it's like almost he didn't have any answer to it. You know,
yeah,
it's like Little
yeah,
John, just Little John. He's arrogant, and it seemed like Little John was knocking on death's door. If it weren't for Lil, you know,
yeah.
almost anybody in Lil's place probably would have been better. I mean,
Mm,
no, but maybe not because it is weird with that tribe how it's so clear cut. But you know, if Ryan came back, he would have felt like an outcast again.
yeah.
Lil came back, she felt like an outcast. And I mean, Austin quit, so it's like all these people that go are like, for some reason, less inclined to. It's probably just the depressing vibe, honestly.
Yeah,
But
man, I think
but
that's some of it might be. Yeah,
Burton just got back into the fold a lot more easily in
yeah,
this tribe.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, a lot of things, a lot of pieces at play, a lot of developments to play out for sure. So
Yeah, I'm glad we're at the merge now.
yeah,
Because I
it's
didn't expect to be there already, but
a whole new ball of wax.
exciting.
So, all right, that's it for that one.
Oh yeah,
Where?
and it's funny that he gave it to Rupert too. The immunity, like it was like,
Yeah.
is Rupert really gonna win the first immunity? Is just keep winning these challenges? It's like no, but he is gonna get the immunity anyway.
No, but he was like literally a split second away from
Yeah,
winning it.
he was.
So yeah,
So what were you saying?
I was like, so yeah, where should our fine watchers go, and what should they watch from us?
What should
should
they
they
watch
see?
from us?
Yeah, what should they see?
Well, sure, go watch the Devil's Advocate review. Sure,
And watch me give it way too high of a score.
it's way too high. We all have regrets,
Yeah, we do. That's
right?
my biggest.
But Austin doesn't like to live life with regrets. Remember that?
Yeah, no, yeah, he doesn't regret it. He
There's
don't
no
regret
what
choosing
ifs.
this path.
No what ifs.
No, no, I give it 110% or I quit.
Yeah, it's either it's one or the other for me. Whenever and anything
Like,
I
dude,
do.
you haven't even been giving 110% since you got here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like if you're quitting on day 5 and then you made it all this way day like 20, and it's like it's not 110%. Like that's some
Yeah,
weird
that's-
percentage at least.
Yeah,
And then,
it's like 72 maybe, or like not even.
like he clearly proved to himself that it was a mental thing. If he was like at day 5 and wanted to leave, and he was saying
Yeah.
like my temple, my body it's spent.
Yeah,
And then you go 15 more days, and then it's like, oh, my body is spent now, though. I gave
it's like
110%.
no, your body is. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are losing muscle, but that's your body being like telling you, I can keep going. You've built your body extremely well so that you can keep going in a case like this.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being healthy, of being fit. Because when you're in an extreme situation like that, your body can provide itself nourishment to get through. Yes, it's exhausting, but
Yeah, man.
you know,
It
yeah.
was a good episode though, fun merge episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of twists and turns. I would argue still maybe too many all at
Too
once.
many
But
twists.
yeah, too many all at once. But still, it's interesting developments. I'm curious as to see how it proceeds from here because there's a lot of different ways it can go.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that's the thing I'm most interested in for sure because there's a lot of different ways this can go. So
Yeah.
all right,
All right, we'll see you then.
that's it.
Episode
Yeah.
every week of Survivor. Subscribe to us here on the
Hit that
channel.
hit that notification bell. So check into our podcast feeds on the links. You can also check out and follow us on twitter.com/Tarqaron TWO.
Yes. I've been SpongeBob SquarePants.
And I've been Tenya Ida.